Hello people of the internet. So today I thought I would jump on that trend of everyone trying the Silisponge. I've seen this going around for a few months now. I want to say like 2 months, but it might be even longer than that because I'm kind of outside the loop. But yeah, I thought I would jump on that train and kind of see where it takes me. And I thought I would do a Silisponge versus Beauty Blender comparison review video first impression thing. Which sounds like a whole lot of mumbo jumbo, but hopefully you guys want to stick around and watch and see how I think of it. So here is my Silisponge that I've purchased. My first impression is that it feels like a bra insert, which there's a bird. Which I mean, of course it does because it's also made of silicone. So I mean that makes total sense to me. My Silisponge actually has stuff on it, which I'm not sure why that is, but I can't get it off, whatever it is. It won't come, well, it's coming off kind of. I don't know, there's like stuff all over it. Anyway, and also, so it's like fun to play with, but it smells like Tootsie Rolls. Why that is, no idea. But I've heard people say that online too, and when I first opened the package, I was like, wow, I totally agree with them because it really does smell like Tootsie Rolls, and I could not give a good explanation why that might be because I don't think bra inserts smell like Tootsie Rolls. So I'm not sure. I've never decided to sniff one. But this overwhelmingly smells like Tootsie Rolls. So the first time I opened the package, I was like, wow, childhood memories right there. So yeah, also mine, I don't know if they all have this, but it has like a little, I don't know if you can see that. See if I can get this to focus. It has like a little lip on the edge of it, which I'm not sure why. I don't know if it was like not cut properly, if that's like extra. I might want to cut that off, I'm not really sure, because it kind of looks like it would get in the way when you're trying to like get in little crevices and stuff. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, so that's my first impression of this sponge. I'm still kind of confused as to why this was created, but if it really does do its job and not waste foundation, I will happily switch to this from the Beauty Blender, but I am a tried and true Beauty Blender user, so we'll see how this goes. But I do know that like in looking at the two of them, the Beauty Blender is significantly bigger when filled with water, or not filled with water, when it's wet it is significantly bigger and squishier. So I don't know if you can actually bounce product in with the Silisponge, but I will try and do my makeup how I normally do and see which one turns out better. I was thinking I'll do this half of my face with the Silisponge and this half with the Beauty Blender, and then we can compare and see which blended better, which used less foundation, and so on. And because I'm not a big foundation user, I'm going to use my Maybelline Dream Fresh BB cream because I'm more of a BB tinted moisturizer kind of person. Yeah, so I think I'd use this, and I also have my concealer. There's a frog in my throat. I also have my concealer. That's an e.l.f. concealer. I don't know what the name specifically is, but I swear by this stuff. And I figured I'll try both and see what effect they have on each product, because normally I use my Beauty Blender for my concealer anyway, so we'll see how this works. So without further ado, I'm going to get started. Put a little bit. I'm just like not sure how much product I need because normally I use a fair bit of, that seems like it might be a lot. My foundation BB cream is kind of exploding. Alright, so that's how much I have. I'm going to probably sit really close to the camera. I have a mirror set up behind the camera so I can kind of see what I'm doing, so I'm not like blindly doing my makeup. Alright, without further ado. Okay. I'm not sure if I grabbed enough. This is weird. This color looks so light on me right now. I'm very tanned. I mean, it feels nice on my face, but it doesn't look like it's blending anything. So I don't know if I just put too much product or anything, but it's very streaky right now, so I have no idea how to go about this. I mean, it isn't like wasting any product. It's just very strange to use. I literally feel like I'm rubbing a bra insert on my face. Let's see what happens if I bounce that a little. I mean, this isn't a high coverage BB cream or anything, so I'm not expecting insane amounts of coverage. I just want to see if I mean, this little lip is getting in my way, but if it'll actually blend my BB cream how my beauty blender normally does. I mean, it works. Let's see if I can get my forehead. This is so strange to use. I'm finding it difficult to blend, but it is workable. I feel like the beauty blender is much faster in doing this. Like, much faster. It did blend. It's just, it needs like a little extra TLC to actually get the finished look. Alright, I think that's pretty blended. I mean, it looks blended. I'm looking at my mirror right now. So that's one side of my face. I'll try to back up a little. One side of my face done with the Silisponge, and there is like almost no product left behind. I mean, this little lip catches product, which is kind of annoying because then it leaves like streaks. But I mean, I'm probably, I'll probably use this again, but I'm probably gonna cut this little edge off of this because that's really annoying me, this little edge here. Because if you can see, like in here, it did catch some product. Let's do my trusty beauty blender that I live by. We'll see how this goes. Get a little, I still have so much foundation left on my hand. And need more, okay. Now, I mean, the difference between a beauty blender and a Silisponge right off the bat is that with the Silisponge, you do kind of have to, well, one, I need more foundation anyway right now, but you do have to drag the product before you bounce it, which, I mean, it's not a deal breaker, but it's just different because with a beauty blender, I usually go straight into bouncing. You know, I don't really swipe my foundation. I feel like I grabbed too much. I definitely don't need this much, but we'll see how this goes. I mean, definitely right off the bat, I am having to use a little bit more foundation. I think I used like 2 sweeps or 3 sweeps with the Silisponge. I think it was 2 like good ones, and I had like half. So I put the same amount of product twice, and I put like I used half the product with the Silisponge. With the beauty blender, I've already used the other half of the Silisponge product and almost all of this product. So it is doing what it claims to do in terms of using less product, which is nice because it saves you a lot of money. But yeah, so do my forehead. Try to blend this in a little. I've blended both sides of my face. This is the beauty blender side and the Silisponge side. I wish I had a better camera that could show you guys detail, but I do not. I will work on that. But I don't know if it's just the way I applied my makeup, but the side with the beauty blender does feel dewier, like more sticky, whereas the side with the Silisponge, I feel like there's a lot less product, which I mean there is, but I feel like there's a lot less product on this side of my face than this side. Like this side feels a little cakier, a little greasier, but I mean better for that dewy look, I think. Like I feel like this side of my face is a little shinier looking than this side. But yeah, I mean, I don't see too much of a difference. I do like the Silisponge in terms of applying foundation. Like it does seem to do a good job. It's just a little, it takes a little getting used to, but I think it definitely does do what it claims to do, which is good, because I was a little skeptical because I've seen reviews going either ways, so I just kind of wanted to test it for myself and see if I liked it or not. So the next thing I'm going to do is do my concealer, my little e.l.f. concealer. I'm holding this upside down. My e.l.f. concealer, and see. I'm not sure if this is gonna work as much just because like the Beauty Blender has the nice tapered tip, but the Silisponge only has this weird thing. I don't know, it's like a weird rounded tip, but it also has this weird edging, so I feel like it's not going to work as well. But I am going to try my best and see. I feel like this is not blending at all. It doesn't look like it's blending. That's the thing, is like I want to go in with my finger, so it's definitely a red flag for this little guy. Alright, and to Beauty Blender. This little edge is like tickling my nose as I'm blending. I mean, it gets in there, but, you know. Okay, I think I'm blended. Oh gosh, don't destroy the stand. Okay. I have like this makeshift stand situation going on right now. Let's see if I could show you guys, because I think you'll get a kick out of it. Basically, cup, books, mirror, like, I don't have my tripod here with me, so I'm making do with what I've got. Alright, so let's do my under eyes. I don't have high hopes for this. It feels like it's tugging, well, I mean, because I'm swiping, but it's like tugging my under eye skin, which feels really, really wrong. I mean, surprisingly, it blended a lot better than I thought it was going to. I did not think this was going to blend at all under my eye, but it does appear to have blended, which is surprisingly really nice. I'm very surprised right now, like very pleasantly surprised. I would have thought like not having a tip on the edge of this would have caused it to not blend this area, but I think it's because you can kind of use the side of it a little bit. I think I'm blended. Wow. Very surprised by that. Alright. And then Beauty Blender on the other side. So I'm not really seeing too much of a difference in terms of results. It's just the way you work with it. Everything is rolling away from me. It's just the way you work with it. I mean, so this is the Beauty Blender side and this is the Silisponge side. They feel the same. Again, this side feels a little dewier, but not as much as the foundation difference feels. So this might be like a good option to start using. Damn. I'm very surprised. I mean, this did leave a little bit more product than the foundation did. Like, I have a nice, like, little film of product on here. But, I mean, compared to this, which, like, swallowed my concealer. So, I mean, I kind of am sold. I did not expect to be. Did not expect to be. I mean, this is slightly a little unblended in my lash line, but that's not that much of a deal breaker. I'm very surprised. I did not think that this little guy was going to sell me because of the reviews that I saw. I literally was like, people are so mixed reviews, and I almost didn't buy it because I was like, I don't know if I should spend the money if it's not going to be like amazing, you know? But I actually really like it. Like, I'm very surprised, and I think I'm going to start using it now because damn. And then I know that they say like you could just rinse it to get all the product off, which is really nice. You don't have to use like a cleaner or anything. I mean, I'll probably use soap just because, you know, bacteria and all that jazz. But like, damn, there's no like pores or anything to hold your product. Like, I have foundations, like concealer stuck to my Beauty Blender that has been there for so long that I can't, no matter how hard I try, get this little bit here off. Like, this is the side I use, and this little bit, these like stripes don't come off ever. And the same thing with like my underside. Like, this is what I use today, and then these don't come off no matter how hard I wash this thing, or how much I wash it rather. So yeah, I mean, you guys are seeing my genuine first reaction on this, and I'm very surprised. I did not expect to like it as much as I do, but I really do. Like, I mean, it feels very weird. So once you get past the weirdness of it, it's really cool. But yeah, I really like it. I think it definitely does what it claims to do and save you product, and I think I'm probably going to use it now because I spent so much money buying concealer and foundation and all that jazz. So, I mean, it was weird to use for concealer on my face, but I very rarely put concealer on my face. I just did it specifically for this video just to see the different like things that it could do. So I mean, if that's something that you guys normally do, I don't know if I'd recommend this product for concealer on your face, but it did work for under my eyes. So it's not a deal breaker for me, but it might be for some other people watching this. But yeah, so I'm actually pretty sold on this product. I really enjoy it, and I really enjoyed using it or testing it for you guys. And I don't know if this is the most entertaining video to watch, but I think it's important just to see the reviews and comparisons and all of that and give you like my true and honest opinion of this product. And yeah, give this video a thumbs up if you want to see more reviews. I have a few plans. I think I have 2 more plans. So yeah, I've got a few of those coming your way. So give this video a thumbs up if you're excited to see those and if you liked my review and it was helpful for you. Subscribe if you want to see more content. I have a few more things coming your way. And yeah, thanks guys. Bye.